Hey Ridley, how's it going? You're melting? Same. Uh, I'm going to guess everyone can actually hear my computer's fans right now because they have not stopped since I brought it out of hibernation. Hey Joe. Yep. Another member of the melting club. Of course, my problem is if I splash myself with water, I'll melt anyway. Okay, let's see. Camera's working. You can't really see it, but I've got purple in my hair now. My hairdresser, who happens to be my cousin's wife, basically gave me the rest of the tube of dye, so I can sort of practice doing it myself. But in any case, time to Phoenix right. Hey Nerlus, how's it going? Okay, Phoenix Wright is being captured. Just switch my cursor off so you don't have to see my cursor. Okay, let's do this. Everyone ready for the weekend? I'm not, I have to work my day job. Yeah, it's not really that obvious in photos for some reason. It's just sort of a very light purple that's under my Basically, I've got a new boss at work, so didn't want to make it too obvious. I'm just going to sort of turn up the intensity and see where the line falls. Anyway, to reiterate, someone murdered the ringmaster. We've pretty much proved it. We pretty much know now that it's the former acrobat who got mauled by a lion. We've pretty much, well, we've found plenty of evidence he did do it, but we haven't quite proven it. And of course, it's Phoenix Wright, so we need to prove he's guilty to get our client off the hook. Ridley is ready to melt this weekend because, lordy, it's going to be hot. Something gets shot by missiles. December the 30th, 2:17 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think, he was always the most straightforward of the group. Ebus, am I that hated? Yes. Stop lusting after a 16-year-old. Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose? He did? Psst, psst. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the real reason why.
Hey, pal.
you're going to ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence.
No less. To quote Falcon, we have suggested it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep, his eyelashes drooping. I mean, to be fair, kind of a mood in this weather. Ah, Detective Gumshoe.
Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
Finally, someone gets it.
Now, Detective. I'm sorry, look. Why don't you relax a little?
We've got some really tasty milk.
How about a card trick, Detective? Well, if you insist.
Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it?
Here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? That reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end.
I suppose I should do that in Von Karma's voice, shouldn't I? Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end.
That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
Oh, he didn't even see his card trick. What do you mean by that? The very end part? Yep, kind of ominous.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing.
Okay then, Columbo. Don't scare me like that.
It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? Ah, they do care. About the annoying over flamboyant pedo. December the 30th, 2:27 PM, District Court, Courtroom number 2.
Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. Just to check, is audio okay? I'd also like to get proof from the defence. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling.
Yes, Your Honour.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
Just do me a favour and don't ask any questions you don't want the answer to.
About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
You're such a thoughtful young man.
Wait, how old is this guy? 26. I guess he is a young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. The defence has a right to cross-examine the witness.
You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. We?
Yes, my brother Sean and I.
What? You have a brother?
How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old, and my brother was 4.
Your parents were very cruel, weren't they?
8-bit goggles. You're so tactless coming from the woman who's all too ready for the whipping court. Well, Ridley, to be fair, it is kind of hot when she does it. I should have said that out loud, should I? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed.
He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow!
No crying in court. Let's keep going.
The witness may proceed with his testimony. How do you describe your relationship with the ringmaster?
He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had.
What about the other people at the circus?
This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking about what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person?
I know. He seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then how long have you been a performer? You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age.
Hey Froy, how's it going? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. Oh, good that it's going good. I'm sleepy from work, but I had my hair done, so I got the blonde redone, and you can't really see it on camera at the moment because it's mostly folded away by my hairstyle, but I've got some purple in there. We called ourselves the Flying Dinglingberries. It's nearly a household name. Seriously, writers. Seriously. They are building up to this pun for the entire case. Every part of the case, grown men lusting over a 16-year-old. the entire cast of jerks, that one creepy annoying clown. It's all built up to this. The flying dingling-berries. Yes, Ridley, it is indeed bean level. I've even heard of them in Germany. Oh, thanks for hosting, Kiara. Also, hi, Kiara. You're out right now, but you'll be back soon. Nice, nice. Hey, Froy, don't forget the mean dummy. Yes, and the mean dummy, who was actually one of said adults.
Liar.
The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. Joe, and we didn't even get to cross-examine the lion. Yes, a travesty. An absolute travesty. Because, and this is very important, they could have said it was lion on the stand. Yes, Kiara. We should sue.
You're truly a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father.
Oh, thanks for giving Ridley a shout out, Kiara. Don't forget to give yourself one. Ah, thank you, Ridley.
Did you have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow!
How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Hey Jan, how's it going?
No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Bear?
Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honour. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them.
I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that'll be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely.
Exactly right, Your Honour.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honour. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
I suspect the answer here is no, you can't, because he probably didn't. Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honour, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so full-heartedly foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russellberry, ringmaster. Russellberry, ringmaster.
If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
How many fools can you cram into one sentence? Too many. Yep, it's like a linguistic clown car. Okay, Kiara. See you in a bit. Safe trip. Assuming, of course, you're travelling somewhere.
The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
What?
Order? Order? Bailiff? I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must.
Wow, Judge.
Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my cause? Ow!
I'm having to do a lot of hours. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Yep, even the judge is done with this case. Can you really blame him? Regina Berry?
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
And the super sympathetic suspect was trying to kill said 16-year-old girl. Fine. Yep, let's go with that. Can this case get any worse? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, "You're wrong." That's it.
That's it? Huh? Mr. Phoenix Wright? Acro chose the dark Disney Prince path. Yep.
Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Wow.
Huh?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
Okay, so we've got... the letter he put in her pocket. Yeah, that's pretty compelling.
Acro, you remember this, don't you?
That's...
It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 PM. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order! 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 Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory.
Technically, at the moment, it's a hypothesis until he's proven it.
Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today?
Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself.
Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza.
Basically, he didn't plan to kill the ringmaster. He wanted to kill his daughter because, well, we're about to go into that, but basically the murderer here, Acro, can't stand up, so he couldn't see out of the window. He basically just set it up so his target would have been stood in the right place for him to drop her statue on them.
Because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. Oh, so he just planned to kill a 16-year-old girl. How could we have doubted him? And that's when he let the bust fly.
Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience?
She is, unfortunately. It's only going to get harsher from here.
I hope Regina can handle it.
Acro wrote this note to Regina?
Yep, you're right, Ridley. There's so much going on around that kid that it's ridiculous. Foolishly foolish fool. With foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish you even made me sound like foolhardy fool. Okay, I'm quite proud I managed to get all that. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes, what about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, that would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza.
Yep, and not the fun kind of bust flying, wherein one takes off their bra.
In place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is the incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago.
Okay, this feels like a trap, so...
An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron.
Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually
the scarf.
What? This is it? Well, I kind of figured I'd try and get rid of evidence I didn't need anymore. Well, from now on, you can do those sorts of things at home on your own time. Whoops. Please present this conclusive evidence, Mr. Wright. I'm almost to the big climax of this case, which means that no matter what, I can't mess up again.
Okay. Oh. Conclusive evidence.
Achoo! 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 Achoo!
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Tss. Yep, you're right, Ridley. This isn't an adventure game, or is it? Okay, I'm gonna have to apologise because I'm super tired right now. But hopefully this is just going to be a short stream.
It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
Yep, allergy season in the courtroom. Or should I say, allergy seasoning. Yes, Ridley?
It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He's doing so because this piece of decisive evidence was what was inside.
Glad you all liked it.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying?
Well, actually, thought you set me up for that pun. Set us all up the pun.
Are you claiming that Regina Perry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Exactly, Ridley. Set us up the pun. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Perry's intended victim?
Who's this? That's Acro's younger brother.
A ton of fool, Joe. A ton of fool. And what does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Technically, that's true. However, Bad's been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina? She did that to him?
Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Yes. Yes, I do. Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingaling. I have no idea why I can't pronounce the name Sean right now. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
A lion?
Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. Yep, calling out all Twitch streamers, Ridley. And yes, being a fool is in Phoenix's blood. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
So then what happened to Acro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Because it's a cruel and just world, that's why we can't cross-examine the lion. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
I suppose it was truly an accident.
It's essential there's a man who knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix, right?
It's impossible to prove that Miss Berry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it?
Ha! Instigating a lion to attack. Who ever heard of something like that? And to think the defence claimed this was conclusive evidence.
A small bottle of pepper, a lion. What's their connection?
I guess Phoenix finally fought and it hurt. What's the matter, Nick?
I figured it out. Wow, it was right in front of my nose the entire time. Your Honor, wait. What is it? The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What?
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix, right? There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat.
Okay, now the scarf comes into play.
That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct?
Hey Amanda, how's it going? That's right.
And who is the one that gave the scarf to Bat?
Regina. Regina gave it to him. Oh yeah, I've been trying to give her that sort of faint German accent. If only to try and push my voice a bit.
Regina? There's something more to than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper.
Well, this is all turning into House in the Borderland. Amanda, Joe, are you doing that thing where couples pretend they've only just met one another? In my chat? In front of my stream? Really?
Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident.
I thought as much.
And she covered it with as much pepper as she could.
I'll take your word for it. Yes, Joe, and my salad. Look at all those ellipses.
Hey, what's if that...
Hi, Nolas. pause a moment to rejoin. Yep. Why do birds suddenly appear anytime you are near? Yep, I've been afflicted with Tasha's hideous laughter. And yes, Roy, Phoenix's brain just bird. Well, since there's no sound right now. Ridley, the bird in Phoenix's brain is communing with the outside bird. Well, someone investigate my murder because I'm corpsing. Right, okay, I'm okay. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Anolis, you need to remember to check the VOD in this one. You could always clip what just happened. Yes, Amanda, I'm fine. Really, I am.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal.
Phrasing, Judge. Phrasing.
But out of curiosity, what was her crime?
It's still there.
Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered staff to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
It still seems like the judge doesn't guess it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Yep, Froy.
Judge, I can't focus. Bird is on me.
Casual finger blast in the courtroom. Damn it, Ridley. Why did you have to say that? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed, and it looked like he was smiling.
Lion smile?
I never heard of them smiling, however.
Lion sneeze. What? Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all.
Today we've learnt lions can sneeze.
In reality, he actually just sneezed. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What?
You fool!
You've got to be kidding me. Has that bird really been pecking Mr. Phoenix Wright for the last 5 minutes?
Froy, you like how Phoenix had a smug face saying that?
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object. for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, do you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Yes, Amanda, Phoenix's head is like a tree suitable for pecking a home in. Although, to be fair, I believe woodpeckers actually peck holes in trees to get food, not to construct shelter.
Of course I do. It's the truth.
Amanda.
The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? This also does imply that Phoenix's brain is nutritious, Ridley, you're correct. Once again, I am impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves.
Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro? You can't mean Witness?
Are you confirming the defence's claim?
Oh, hey Nick, how's it going? Swiss chocolate is nutritious. Nutritious. Was that a CERN joke? You're done with work for the week, and Jesus. You done with Jesus for the week? Guess you all need Jesus. Oh, it was a neutrality joke. But neutrons work too. Fair enough. I guess I was chocolate to the punchline. Oh yeah, reminder for those who don't know, in an hour and a half on his Cursonist channel, we're going to be playing Purple Prose. A tabletop RPG in which we create a writer-persona and write the worst romance fiction if possible. Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder.
What do you mean by that?
The pepper, the scarf, the lion, the witch, the wardrobe. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim?
You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise.
The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
The bust. The bust.
Nick, you gotta do something.
This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won.
Okay, that seems too obvious.
It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but...
Why aren't you going to search his room? It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of von Karma Total Justice. Ridley, you feel like Acro watched way too much crime drama in his room. To be fair, he probably was quite bored.
I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned.
Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Aku's room yesterday.
What do you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we'd found in that room, Aku would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Amanda, why do you think Von Karma total justice means lots of whipping? I mean, you're probably not wrong.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about this.
Yep, Dick Gumshoe has a lot of gumption.
It looks like you like the final nail to put in my coffin. But, what about the scarf? What about the notes?
What about them, Mr. Wright? No offence, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Froy, you want to see Acro's freak out? I think the birds flying off was his freak out animation.
Ugh.
Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now?
Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix right. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do.
There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems that this case is coming to a close. The defence's counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
Thank you for your support. Oh, I guess Von Karma just went full diva. Yes, Joe, the bust we must. Nick, am I supposed to know where the bust is? You 20 hours ago. No comment. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright.
I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness.
Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its lace. Don't you mean case? I mean case. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. I'm not sure I can actually repeat what's being said in chat right now.
Huh?
What?
We need time to do what?
Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
Hey, wait, you can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well, the defense may proceed.
He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon.
Walking the tightrope of logic. There's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward.
The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? Oh, he's taken it with him.
It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair?
I'm sorry, but I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Yes, Joe, Acro is busted. If I had sunglasses, I'd put them on. And that would have been a contemporary reference.
Well, you're a big guy, you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there.
Once again, your penchant for humour hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright.
I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it. In the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap?
Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. Hey, Kiara, how's it going? Travel okay? You missed the funniest thing ever. You fool. How could you... You got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Phrasing. Actually, 2 of them.
2 of them?
Miss Francesca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
It all makes sense now.
I can't believe Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Wouldn't it be really funny if he just took the blanket off and there was nothing there?
Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't.
I can't believe it. Me, make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that.
It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro?
Yes, Your Honour.
Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honour. I am responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way.
And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper.
I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. And trying to murder a 16-year-old girl and killing her father in the process. You're also guilty of that. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried.
That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
How dreadful.
So you're saying you're a victim in all of this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just stand up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. Ridley, yet again, you're so glad this case got rewritten in the anime to be 100% less creepy. And that's why I need to watch the anime, because something needs to push this out of my head. I couldn't up and leave yet.
This has been such a strange case.
You're telling me?
It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again.
I believe this case is now beyond any point in possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict.
There's that impact font.
This court is adjourned, and this damn case is over. We can be happy now.
Yep, relatable vibes from Franziska. Out of nowhere, no less. Fun fact, I'm drinking chocolate-flavoured tea right now. And yes, Joe, you're right. Regina's going to need so much therapy growing up. December the 30th, 427, District Court. Defendant Lobby number 5.
Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this.
Acro, the Ringmaster, Regina and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? Kiara says tea greater than coffee. I mean, I think I prefer coffee, but I have a D&D character who'd agree with you.
That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to.
As a reminder, the Grounded cosplay challenge has been reached, so I'm going to be cosplaying my D&D character at some point, as soon as I get the costume together.
Many congrats, but only a max. A million of them.
Kiara, why does Max look like a character from Gem and the Holograms? Good question. Why not? Oh, glad to see you're both hype. There. You use hops, leaves and chocolate Ming for your bedtime brew. Oh, interesting. I've never heard of hops being used for tea.
Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro. Oh, Mint. That makes more sense. Joe's going to the gym. Oh, thank you for dropping by. We're going to be finishing up soon anyway. Have a good exercise session. It makes you sleepy. Oh, fair enough.
No, 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 no! If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy.
Huh?
Where? She's been like this for a while now.
Well, yeah, kinda.
It's all my fault. Sweetie pie.
Right, here's where we need someone with a flamethrower. Yes, Max, no. No, Max. Bad Max.
Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up.
Regina? Yes, Nolis, you're right. Someone beat Whitney. That is an obscure Pokemon reference.
Mr. Right, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean Acro? Is he going to try and get his revenge on me? Could have just told her, yep, live in fear.
He's not going to do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? You really sure? I can believe that.
Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh?
Ridley, this kid doesn't need more therapy. I know you're just gonna... I want to know you're not just making stuff up about Acro not wanting revenge.
Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
But Bat?
That's
Wait, that's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then until he can meet Acro again.
That's so sweet of you, Regina, considering you put him in a coma.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat.
Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? Sorry about what happened. So, whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
Ah, that's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he?
Kiara, you bit the bullet and bought a Beatles album. Well, try saying that with a dry mouth. Yep, what Nola said. Which one?
Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it? Ah, revolver. Excellent choice. I'd assume. Amanda, give Max to me.
I've decided I'll take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus the world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen? You'd expect to glow up like Philosophy Tube. I mean, she was pretty the entire time anyway, even before she was out. Kiara got into the Beatles for some reason. I mean, they're classic for a reason.
Don't laugh. That's quite the goal.
Yay, I can't wait.
And I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max, let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't want to say. I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're going to help them out too, aren't you?
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think I brought you to court today? We got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo?
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. We need to exploit your family name to legitimize our claim.
Max? Nick?
It seems like everything is going to turn out all right here.
I can't wait to see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order a special whoopee cushion seats.
I hate this clown so much. So much. So very much. Thank God that is over.
I see what made the case. Yesterday's surprise raid, it really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. If Akko really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
Yes, Ridley, a game theory. Well, of course. Well, detective, my plane's about to leave. As for Mr. Akro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Now, that is actually what the end of Metal Gear Solid 2 was going for, but much, much better. Just saying. Achievement unlocked. Turnabout Big Top. And with that... Yep, Wright's husband returns. Okay, so... with that, I think I'll wrap up the stream. Obviously, it was a fairly short stream today. Even shorter than usual, because it was just the end of that case. Amanda, Phoenix probably learnt magic from Max. I mean, he already learnt magic from Mare, so I wouldn't see why he'd need to. Don't know if you can see my purple in my hair just there. Yeah, it's not really visible in this light. You're welcome, Fry, and yes, it was a weird case. Yep, I'll see you in about an hour, Ridley. Just as a reminder, Ridley, Nick, Granny Goblin, and I. Did I miss anyone? Going to be over on Nick's channel. That is his cursedness. At about, well, in about an hour's time, at 7:30 local time. It's about 6 here. So that'll be about an hour. So drop by there if you want to catch that. Kiara's going to be editing a video, so she'll be there. Excellent, excellent. And I'll just find someone to raise. Just to reiterate, it's going to be a game of Purple Prose. Basically, it's a game where we all have to collaborate. We're all novelists, and we have to collaborate on making the perfect, read worst, romance novel imaginable. Okay, who we got? Okay, Mocha the Vampire is playing Paper Mary the Thousand Year Door, so I guess we're going to be raiding her. Unless, of course, anyone has any other suggestions of who to raise. Okay, if Kiara doesn't have any, no one does. Okay, so aside from that, Monday I'll be back to streaming Ikenfell, and I'm hyped. Obviously, I'll be working on the grounded cosplay. I'll probably post some more about that on Twitter. I think I've said that I've already got the wig for it. Guess I need to get some tights, a tail, finalise the makeup. Probably a ton of oh yeah, obviously I need to sort out the actual outfit. So I need to take that from a vague idea to an actual costume. And all sorts of stuff I probably hadn't thought of yet. Well, in any case, thanks as always for dropping by. And we'll possibly see you on his Cursoness channel in about an hour. And we'll be raiding in 3, 2, 1. And let's go. See you, Nick. Also, hi to the YouTube viewers. Please like.